game. They're gonna beat you too, dude.
They're really like they're late game experts.
They really are.
It's like going to the dentist because you broke your bone. He's like, well, like technically I am a bone doctor, but only for the ones in your mouth. I can try and set it.
They do feel like they're rattling a bit though. So.
Yeah, the bone rattlers. Of course, that's what I call the dentist actually.
Yeah. So interesting that they. It's just gonna be a really spicy last 2 weeks. We start out with this bottom lane metamorphosis immediately by RDO.
Actually, not immediately. He waited till he scouted the TP away.
Oh, true.
Which,
no, good point. I was actually going to mention that RDO likes to be a bit more conservative meta. He talks about it in his stream. For example, when because he'll stream with Bowie. Right? Bowie did one with RDO, and he did a couple of streams with Costabile to compare like Terrorblade styles and everything. Obviously, Costabile carry for. And he's also a very well-known Terrorblade player. And then Costabile's style is like, nah, use meta immediately because it's the most efficient, you know, get the most cooldown. RDO like, you have to wait for the right moment. It was a very funny, like, he's just like, you have to feel zen with a Terrorblade.
It's like those chefs that are like, you have to be one with the cake inside. And the other guy's, nah, just take it out after the timer goes off, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And RDO does have, like, there's a moment in every lane where you have to use it. But he did make a point that was true. It's like, the most efficient way technically is all the time. But realistically, because you play against humans, it's not
that
bad.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought that was a very interesting RDO made about. So
that's a good point, because I feel like a lot of people get caught up in the efficiency, right? Blah blah blah. For a good example is actually the Phoenix Aghanim Shard, which is super efficient, right? You never have to cast the spell again. Saves you on that HP cost. 20% at the start of fights is not an insignificant amount. You get all four. You know, it sounds really good, but you know, it's to be honest, when you play a position for Phoenix, usually you don't really get too much farm priority. So what's the point, right?
Yeah, I can see that, though. I still think the Shard is being slept.
I agree. I agree with you personally, but I think that's kind of what the players are kind of thinking.
I mean, they must have tried it, right? I remember in the beginning of the patch, everyone was trying the Phoenix Shard, Phoenix in general is 5, and then especially Note, I remember trying it a lot, and then stopped trying it. So clearly, either Phoenix 5 is trash, or Shard is just not as good as they thought. Like once they played it, because it is true that once you play something, you get a feeling for how good it is. Like when they started playing with Earthshaker Shard, and they were like, "Oh my goodness, this is the best thing since."
Sliced bread. You know, Betty White is older than sliced bread. That's a very American reference.
I mean, like, that's a...
It is an expression, but there are some famous actors in the U.S. Actress, I should say, who is very famous. I think she's...
I know who Betty White is, but...
Yeah, she's older than sliced bread. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, older?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was in Sliced Bread. I kept thinking, is that like a musical?
That does sound like a pretty neat musical, doesn't it? Also, watching Dendi play puck is just amazing. Played hero. Yeah, of course, he's better known for like his mag, for his pudge, of course, right? But he's played the most of his games in his competitive career on his.
I mean, Dendi at this point, he's been in the same position forever. I think there's not a single hero. Oh, he can't play. You know, it's like watching Fear play. Even the heroes that Fear is not known for, he's still incredible.
Yeah, you got a point.
I would put Fear above Dendi in mechanical skill most of the time.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to draw that comparison here live on air, but I will say Dendi's Void Spirit is, you know, if you just look at the stats alone, is not his most successful hero.
I'm not willing to draw that comparison live on air, but also, yeah.
I mean, not between him and Fear, I'm not. You have to remember, dude, I got into TI because of TI 5, so I have a lot of respect for that EG lineup.
I don't even like EG.
Oh. Wow, shots fired, dude.
No, I mean, I just think the guy's... I mean, if you don't respect that dude, is you don't like Dota. Did you see his computer before he won TI?
I did.
Yes.
He had a CRT monitor. That was amazing. Because I think some of the Smash organizations are looking out.
DSA, he's gonna go die. Good.
And it's
VANSKOR takes down the Phoenix, and he went there to protect the 4-minute room. The HellRaisers didn't actually... Shaman's one of the best.
Yeah. Also interesting, he did not want to use the Icarus dive.
And I think he was just saving it until the last Frostbite game.
Yeah, but
like,
like,
more I don't know.
But he saw the Maiden coming.
Yes, but
so there was no surprise. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Sometimes I just want to grasp at straws, and you.
I get it. I get it.
Sexyfat will. Oh, the Adaptive Strike is gonna kill him. Morphling was forced to go for a level of Adaptive Strike, though. Usually not the case, right? Usually, yeah, you can tell.
Oh, wow!
Working wonders for him.
That was amazing.
One single level and one single skill point gets you 2 kills.
2 kills. Unfortunately, you're gonna lose the the bounty runes, because Dendi's gonna make an excellent rotation. Look at this man. So efficient. He stacks the camp, picks up the bottle, threatens a gank as well. Of course, he's got no teammates alive in that lane, so he's just gonna go back to mid lane. But he's gonna have he's full HP, basically full mana, with a full bottle to go as well. So he's in a really good position here, which is fantastic because we also have level 6 for DP. So if DP's able to bully this puck out right now of lane, with the 5-minute wagon especially now showing up, it's potentially a very bad time for you.
Yeah, I don't know if puck can deal realistically. I guess it depends how much you think.
Oh.
Okay, no, there they go. Shackles, they don't even care.
Oh, they don't care.
They don't even want to bully him out. They want to murder him.
Oh,
Dendi,
no mana though.
Illusory Orb, they can't Crypt Swarm him. The spirits are chasing after him, but they give up after a while. They're lazy spirits.
Yeah, that's tough from Lil. I know a lot of people are saying Ether Shock question mark. The problem is versus a puck, and with level 1, he's level 3, right? So he's got 1/1/1. Hex into Shackles, you can't really risk getting an Ether Shock in there. Versus some other mid laners, sure you can. Versus a DK, for example, versus the DP, it's not a problem. Versus a puck, you can't risk it.
It's also not correct. Like I think usually the play with Shadow Shaman do shift Q.
Yeah, right after the Shackles.
But obviously, has a cast point, so heroes like Puck can just avoid it. So, I mean, you should play as efficiently as possible, right? Just because it's a Puck, you shouldn't change that way of playing, but Puck can leave, unless he's bad. So, of course, if he's bad, then yeah, you punish him with Ether Shot. So there's how your 2K Puck.
I was kind of hoping we'd see Rezo, not just taking a look in our off lane, because we've talking about the mid lane quite a bit. I was hoping he'd go for, like, the Burrow Strike into Caustic Finale. This is another one of the heroes you really love.
I love him so.
Why?
It's not that great.
It's not that great?
What, Sanking?
The hero?
Not really. I thought the shard was much better, and then I realized the shard shows in fog, and I was like, this is...
Fighting top.
VANSKOR.
That's a Boars.
Yeah, oh, he tried to smoke, but that was nearby to prevent that play.
It's kind of a costly
Bottom lane though, Lil does also fall. Yeah, so I do love this hero. I think the hero is very complete. He's one of the first heroes that I think Sanking is a great hero to learn like how to... Yeah, I thought the epicenter... the problem is that he's not the greatest offlaner at pushing. That's why he's not... Or sorry, like... Compared to like Timbersaw, Beastmaster. And we've noticed that in this meta, it's very common for offlaners to just take the tier 1 alone before anyone can help him. And it kind of sucks when the carry has to rotate down. Sanking does always.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
That's one of the actual biggest reasons why he's not playing. So he's just not that great, and that's... Have Dust, and the Sandstorm will be useless. Rezo's picked out. I also like Burrow Strike plus Caustic Finale more, but I do think that the traditional build against a team, most pros have skies and everything, because every time you get pushed out with meta, it feels really bad, and so most people just decide, okay, I'll Sandstorm and just like farm the waves, get to the tower, and so.
What's going on over here? Looks like they found themselves a chicken. It's Phoenix, but looking to turn. There goes the Shaman. VANSKOR with the auto attacks. Well, they actually dodged the attack. Misses uphill. Wouldn't have got it anyway. But Dendi, he's going for more. He went for a rune. Went exploring up here near the Roche pit. That's going to trigger Cooman there to end his life. Going straight this game for the Lincoln Sphere, by the way, for the Morphling. So I think he recognizes Roar is really the only chance they can kill me. So with Roar, it kind of feels like, does he even need a BKB?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think.
Oh, sorry, with the Lincolns rather, do you even need to?
No, I don't think so. This game. But I would actually going on the opposite side. I kind of think Puck should also, like later, obviously not later on, because there's most targeted spells, right? But
yeah, I would almost agree if it weren't for the DP just having that point in silence. It's still really punishing, right?
That's true.
And then that can allow the Shaman to easily get a Hex. Hell, even Ether Shock into Hex, right, to break the Lincolns.
And Hex to break Lincolns. Easy, you can shackle him right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that's the only concern I have with it. That's the only concern I have.
Yeah, I don't think you need a BKB this game for more, or maybe like a late game option. You know, like okay, 50 minutes in, it starts to get so late that you actually need a BKB, sure. But early, the main concern should be more about the power. The Puck's damage, of course, is a bit of an issue, but I think you can protect against the stuff.
Yeah, interestingly enough, by the way, it was the mid laner, not the carry, to help gank this bot lane. You were talking about how Sanking usually needs a rotation, and he does. RDO, he doesn't really need to show up here because we already have Necrobook 2, or sorry, Necro 1 completed for Sexyfat.
But it's still faster.
It's still efficient, yeah.
And the reason why Sanking works in this lineup particularly, you have a DP that can pull that role of ganking, and she usually can gank the safe lane really easily and take a tower in spots. It's not really using much. Epicenter has been used here. That's a good play though. That Epicenter continues after he's dead, so stop walking into his corpse. VANSKOR will die though immediately.
Cooman looking to follow up?
Nope. He has the infused raindrops, which really makes Cooman realize he's a very sad boy. The Shaman's not by the creep coil, but they don't catch up to the Morphling. It's just the Shaman. Those shackles not gonna help him out. And they're gonna get 3 kills for free, honestly. That was a really odd play by Rezo. Yeah, you wanna go for, first of all, can I see that?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, sorry, Rezo's
his skill build.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, yeah, you should never go Burrow Strike Epicenter. in level 2. Never a point. Once it's level 3, and that's only barely, like, even if you shift Q to level 3, you only barely get the channel time, right? But in level 4 is obviously ideally 0.2 seconds. But I don't understand the point of that play, because first of all, you were going at 3 heroes, even if Epi was really... You had to stun all 3 to really get... Even when you cut it off, clearly you weren't going to last that long, and they're going to carry Dust if it's... Especially with support. I'm not really sure what the play was there. Usually he's a very safe player, that was very...
I agree. Dendi's going to go for a Blink Dagger. He's almost actually got enough gold for it already. Keeping a little bit of a lead here versus the DP. Most notably, his tier 1 tower is still looking pretty healthy, especially when you consider that there's already been 1 Exo used to try and demolish it. Yeah. So there's that going for you at the very least. With your Beastmaster now, he can show up. He does help a little bit versus the Exo because he carries a lot of units with him to absorb some of those ghosts, but he's no Timber, he's no Tide, you know, he's not going to be as good as those heroes, which is of course why they were banned.
Radiant's middle tower is under
also very
attack.
for the second. That's the reason why he's strong.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
they're going to get this tower, they want it.
I told you, dude, they're going for the push line. Now, they even caught Dendi. Dendi should be an easy kill. He was out of illusory orb, or he couldn't, they're not the mana to actually use it. Of course, the right play was waiting Rift into illusory orb there. That's why he did that. Couldn't just illusory orb, just kill him before he jaunted, so he just tried to go for the most. There's a concept that they do in card games as well, right? Where sometimes players will go for the bit too early, and it's like, well, if the contingency plan is small, something gonna kill you, try to go for the best play and hope that something good happens to make. So there, Dendi was hoping that you could get a bottle charge off and hope to illusory off. Of course, that was impossible, but you might as well go for that, because if there's a chance of that happening, it's going to save you. If you lose your orb first, you're for sure going to die.
It was really tough, right? Because they had the Shaman set up in attack mode there, right? It was just, I mean, it was his deployment phase. Like, what are you going to do? I don't know.
Just adding us so many cards.
I'm just using the buzzwords, you know, pot of greed, all that good stuff.
And you know, when the Shaman comes in, he allows you to shackle 1 target. Oh my god, 1 target?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's great. It's
Favorite
great.
show of all time.
Okay, smoke's gonna break. Sexyfat, I don't think he was in the smoke actually. Either that or he just ran into the tower. But they're not gonna find anyone off of this smoke. Of course, that is gonna be their smoke advantage after earlier on VANSKOR tried to dodge the boar auto attacks with the smoke. So that's equalized now.
Yeah.
That is something worth bringing up for the early game, especially when you're looking to create lots of space for RDO.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not too awful to have this. You can still take over the enemy jungle, right, with the TV, and look, they're actually pushing hard.
Yeah.
I think this is the right way to play when you're up against a pushing lineup with TV. I mean, it shows RDO's bit. Like, he understands that he needs to create his own space.
Yeah, he does.
He's lifting himself up from his bootstraps, Richie.
Yeah, Atlas is going to shrug at it, isn't it? Dendi catching Rezo, he's going to break the coil. VANSKOR on the high ground. Is Lowe's going to catch the TSA, prevent the supernova from going out. VANSKOR now letting it go, but oh my goodness, he gets absolutely chunked. Sexyfat caught in the Serpent Wars, but Lil, is he going to escape? He gets literally stick off with a wand, but he's going to go down to Duster. 2 supports there for a couple of ultis used, including Roar, not Sunder, but of course the Meta, and Supernova, and Dream Coil. But considering you got the tier 1 tower, you take a little bit of the Ancients on the way out to stack even, so not bad.
Poor Sang got rammed.
He did.
That was not an easy play for HellRaisers again.
It was not.
Unfortunately, the Rezo is just... I think he's trying to play, or trying like he's not. He's playing enough, Flynn needs to create pace by putting the initiate. Laning phase. Thank you doesn't fill that role. He's much more of a secondary initiator nowadays. Why? Maybe as an op. If he tanks enough and he doesn't have a gate prime, killed. The buff is great against the literally much better. Like, counter initiate against the Oracle. You get a quick kill on Duster. Sexyfat is still gonna protect him a bit. Duster. No way.
He might live.
Did VANSKOR use the frostbite already?
He's gonna live.
Oh wow. I was not expecting.
Yeah, healing salve active.
VANSKOR was gonna save the frostbite later. Why'd you need to?
Healing salve active, which heals for what, 25 a second for 10? Or 50
no, I
a
mean,
second
the healing
for 10?
salve ward. I was surprised that VANSKOR didn't have anything to count. Because they didn't save it for it. But anyway, these are the initiations you want to do. Now you know yourself.
Dendi scouts one. Ah, nice. He's not taking any chances there. He knows they've scouted the Sand King Blink Dagger, and he knows where there's a Shaman running at you with confidence, there's probably a Sand King right behind it.
Yep, unless it's SSA Spartan, in which case you never know.
In which case you literally never know.
You literally never know. That man creates true discord in your team.
It's amazing. It's one of my favorite clips of all time.
Actually, that cast was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Lil, he is going to die. He's like, well, this sucks. Can't even get the auto attacks off.
He lifts his little sticks. He's like, should I ether shock? Oh, I'm dead anyway. Yeah, poor Sank. He can just connect him. That's a good MP. Let's see, get this guy. Okay, that was a bad MP. If they can come out, unfortunately.
Dendi, though, in a bad spot.
Can they kill him? No, they've saved him with Fatigue. Duster's happy to die for this.
Yeah.
You saved Dendi. That's huge. Primal Roar for the CM. Really want to avenge Duster.
They're going to try for Roche.
Wow, Bait is playing faster than HellRaisers, and you don't have a faster lineup at all.
Then Bait is not relatively, or really known for their fast, tempo, are they? No. Especially on RDO-TP. I mean, RDO-TP, again, you said it earlier when he was pushing the tier 1 tower. He knows what he needs on the hero, and he knows that sometimes he's going to have to leave the jungle, not hit creep, and look for objectives. And that's a really big strength for this team, right? Compared to when he played Medusa.
Yeah. Catches Shaman as well. Rezo comes in. There's an epicenter mainly against the puck, and they're going to kill him in time. Great Hex before he died. Beautiful double silence as well, but Nyx doesn't have anything to follow up with. Need a Spirit Siphon. Oh, he got tricked by the Vision. All right, RDO did the in and out trick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, the little Roche trip. You got to run over this little tiny cliff. Oh, Duster. Oh, Duster. Oh, he's most likely dead. RDO. Yeah, these are going to drop him now. A mirror image nearby. Continue to run. Nyx, careful. I don't know if you want to go up that high ground, but yeah, you can always juke some people on this spot. This spot in particular has been glitched for ages, where you have to be standing basically right next to it in order to actually see someone there, by the way.
Radiant's bottom
I don't know why that's a thing, but
Yeah, it's very odd, but I mean, I love those tricks, to be honest.
I do too.
Really fun to watch.
I don't mind them in the trees. I think it's kind of a little bit too weird when it's in the Roche pit. But
no, I love the tricks in the Roche pit, but I think it's the dumbest interaction is my... Dota's just a dumb interaction.
That's very true.
That's why we love it so much.
I like to call it a game of exceptions, not dumb interactions. But you're not wrong there either, my friend.
And I'm not saying it in a despective way. I love
no, I know.
Played this for 40 years.
Well, burning down. Well, 3. Sunray does just about as much damage as you think it would against an Intero.
Yeah, because Shadow Shaman's like, guys, I found the trick. Just don't be tanky. You're fine against
Dendi. Great silence after the waning rip. Rezo to follow up. Quick kill on the hit.
Nyx has been playing a solid kind of making up for Rezo's lack of initiation. And the thing is, once Nyx becomes... Oh, then I think Rezo will have him. Right now, he feels a bit desperate and pressured to make play.
Double damage.
Once you get the deep... fulfill that role of just come at me, then you're gonna be much better off. I also like that Lil decided to go for the Blink Dagger as opposed to the Ethan's is great when you already have an offlaner that can tank or initiator, but since you have to be the Lil and give vision with Shackles, Snakes, X, whatever, then Rezo can fill again that second. Because someone in chat pointed out, which is quite correct actually, there's no pipe carrier really.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bait lineup. So the epicenter is going to be much more impactful than usual. Not like it's the best spell in the world, but the lack of pipe makes the spell actually useful throughout the game.
Early on, it's some pretty mean damage as well.
Yeah, it's not bad, especially if you go for the epicenter talent, which I think he...
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Then go for the epicenter talent, a little bit less damage, but still okay, right? And you can still be able to kill a fair amount of the heroes on bait, or like just if you get a nice little bar strike on 2, Oracle cannot protect against all of them, so that's why it's important that Sank can get it.
I feel like, what I thought they're looking for a kill mid, VANSKOR, Sunray, level 4 now, but again, it's not a strength hero. Counter initiation from Rezo. The epicenter should kill TSA. They're going to keep alive though. And Supernova to try and turn Dendi, holding down Rezo. Where are you going? He's got to look into the light, take his lumps.
Right, so this is why I just mentioned this, Rezo. There's a spell called Fate's Edict, which of course prevents all magical damage to the hero. So if you go for single target epis, yes, you're going to... Like, the only time you can go for a single target epi is when you know the Oracle's not nearby. But otherwise, the name of the game for Rezo should always be, let's go for multi-target burrow strikes into like a epicenter that hits multiple here. And then Oracle has to decide which of his teammates he has to help. And that creates a scission in the enemy team's lineup. Because they're like, schism. That's because... Oh, those are too different. The Oracle teammates go, which one does Oracle love best, right? It's like when your dad has to pick between you and your brother, and then that creates daddy issues for the rest. life.
Who's gonna get the ice cream sandwich? There's
Exactly.
only
yes,
one.
Yes. And the other one just gets the cheap chocolate cone.
Yep.
Oh, that he bought at the gas station, and you go, Dad, this is why I'll never go to college. So Sexyfat, you know, he doesn't want to be in that position. Sorry, the Oracle doesn't want to be in that position. Duster, which is why the 3 burrow strikes are.
So we've seen Cooman. He's gone for the Boots of Travel here after the Lincoln Sphere. He is going to be going into the E-Blade and then the Aghanim Scepter. Looks like he's already got that called again. The Mystic, no, it's the Eagle Song. That's what it is.
Yep, that is the
The one, yeah. So he's got the he's got the agility already, but he's going to be going for the Ghost Scepter E-Blade build. I don't know if this is really.
Ags, so I'm assuming it's Sanking that he wants to top.
I guess it's not that bad, but I feel like RDO. This is just a game where you go, okay, now I'm tanky enough. Yeah, you can just go BKB, and then there's no way Morph can kill him. Morph cannot fight him 1v1, I think, in my opinion.
No, my only question as well with Ags is that is it really that valuable to copy Sanking?
Haste!
Would you rather copy TO? Would you rather copy TB in some fights as well? Having that whole item just to copy a single hero when you have some pretty decent copies in the enemy team.
Yeah.
TP, Puck, honestly,
Yeah,
both are pretty great.
that's what it'll be doing, I would imagine, especially for the Terror Wave, as we get some back-to-back action, some pickoffs here against supports.
God, the camera didn't catch anything.
No,
Too much
it
action.
was too much
Dire's
action.
middle tower is under
No,
attack.
actually, I think because you do steal Terror Wave, right? Because it's connected to the Metamorphosis.
I think you should be able to get it, but honestly, that's like, why?
I mean, it's a 4-second fear.
No, I mean, why as in like, why would that be consistent?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe. I'm genuinely not sure. But I don't think it's even justifiable getting a whole Ags for it. Even though I think you should still copy TB and Puck. But we'll see. I'm not questioning the player's build, it's more I want to see what he has planned, because I can't tell what he's thinking.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Snakes, they have Shackle as well.
DD for Cooman.
Okay, they didn't do the Shackles just yet.
They've caught Red
Silence. RDO finally gets out of the Snakes, but they're actually destroying both Rezo and VANSKOR in the backlines. The Oracle actually is a big source of damage in that team fight, but they do stop a block with those Shackles, guarantee the kill. That's going to end up being a slightly beneficial trade for HellRaisers as offlaner for mid, especially a relatively farm.
Yep. Unfortunately, they take a very defensive sort of standing fight, so they're not going to really be able to convert this level 2 Exo into anything. So that's going to really suck for Nyx, but it is going to be Morphling now showing up to the fight in Puck form, granted, but now it's going to have, wow, the 2 components of the Axe. E-Blade already completed, so.
I also think that E-Blade's so good in your turning block, right? Because you Blade, and then you Waning Rift, sorry, you Illusory Orb into Waning Rift into Waveform. You're gonna murder most things, dude.
That's a good point. I didn't consider that one.
Me neither, until I just saw it now. When he was...
But damage, but again, TB, he's got lots of stats already. That's my
I mean, that's
concern.
something you can burst. 2k HP. Like, his TB is amazing, but...
2.5, he's gonna just a tiny bit
I know,
more.
yesterday I was watching a game where... Oh, it was actually the upper division, where I saw Morphling. In fact, it was Team Spirit. Recommend that game, by the way. Team Spirit played some really solid... We didn't watch them. But, the Puck built an E-Blade together with a Morphling, and they double E-Bladed a Kunkka with the Morphling and Puck damage. VANSKOR.
Yep.
He's Ice type against Fire type, of course. No,
Maybe Rezo
not again.
snaps
They have
the coil.
2.
Yeah, he has the Yules to self-dispel, but he doesn't need it.
Yeah, so yesterday in Team Spirit's game, I actually saw a Puck and...
A pook.
I think in Spanish, that's why.
So you pick the pook.
Yeah, that's what I say in Spanish. El Puck. Anyway, so yeah, the Puck and the Morphling, right? They double E-bladed a Kunkka, which had 3.5k HP, and then did the Puck combo plus Morphling waveform, and that was enough to kill him, which was incredible. So now I'm starting to think that that damage is enough to kill a TB with 2.5k HP.
Okay.
Right.
Is it enough, my question, when you have got an Oracle to back them up, though?
Now, that's an interesting question. Now that changes things a little, right? Because all this single target damage is perfect for Fate Seeded, which is why Rezo needs to get a multi-target epicenter.
Yeah, or if you just want to play it safe, hit him with a false promise and just start spamming heals on him, right? On the RDO TV, as soon as you hear that E-Blade sound,
100%,
you can kind of just cast the strong.
Yeah, that's why it's very important for your heroes that can kill the backline, which is Sanking really, or not kill, just stun.
Just stun, interrupt, silence,
do
anything.
whatever it is so the Oracle can't move, because it doesn't take that long for them to burst him. That's why the point is burst, right? 2.5 seconds stun is enough.
He's gonna take Burrow Strike here with the Ags form.
Okay, that's what we expected, right?
Dire's top
I just don't
tower
understand why this is
under
so valuable when you have Puck and TP.
I mean,
it's good. I'm not denying it. I don't think it's the greatest thing.
yeah, I see your point.
So why doesn't he take the caustic fight now?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I don't know. Maybe it's like the Rubik thing where she's built in.
I'll take your
I don't know.
Or doesn't it show the passive?
I don't think it usually doesn't show passives. Not for Rubik. No, it doesn't show.
But he still has it.
Yeah.
Oh.
As long as Sand King has it.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Right. That's the thing. That's like
Dyer's middle tower
it's the same
is
thing
under
with like
attack.
a Rubik and any aftershock spell, right? You don't steal aftershock because you can't.
True, but you still have it.
But you still have it. Yeah. That's again, for Dota is a rule of exception. So maybe this is another one of those.
Game of exception.
Dota's a game of exception. Thank you very much. And
Dyer's
well,
middle tower
Beastmaster
has
pushing your tier 2 towers along with the mirror image illusions or the conjure image illusions. That's no exception either. Towers going down very quickly. So taking just a lick of damage out from the last word.
The best thing is the last word reveals his position. And the TV's
Dyer's
like,
top
wait.
tower is under attack.
Should we go on this?
Well, I mean, you say that as if the Sandstorm doesn't also reveal his position, but
Well, no, like
I know
exactly
it's exactly.
within the
Yeah.
Sandstorm. But at the same time, I say that as if Necro doesn't see him.
Good point.
Which is another point.
Good point. Yeah, that's probably the best point. Yeah.
To just walk in true sight. I guess we should have killed Rezo. The game is going decently for bait though right now. I think they're pretty confident.
Big item here for Duster.
Actually, huge item. His Blink Dagger is also great for avoiding projectiles. So it disjoints the whole blade that have strike combo.
Yeah. Not only that, he's probably just going to stand. You know, eventually when they set up for a high ground push, we'll probably see Duster like all the way back here or something, just to make sure he's not going to get flanked here. As HellRaisers, they're going to look to set up a flanking maneuver here onto someone. Looks like they're not smoked up, unfortunately, but they're not really going to be in time to contest Roche. RDO now with a couple seconds left of the meta, and BKB, but Rezo's going to try. It's on the right to counter as well, but RDO is going to get the BKB off. Nyx is going to be stunned up here as well. Snap the coil with Dendi now having the BKB. RDO just looking for a target. He's going to choose on to Rezo as there's going to be a great supernova. That's going to force Lil and Nyx away, as now Maiden is still going to be leashed up by the coil. Cooman in a lot of trouble, actually getting stunned by the supernova. Looking to run now, as Nyx still with a little bit left here of this Exo, looking to do a little bit more damage, but yeah, I think they're just going to go for Nyx instead. Rezo's popped back though, he's here, and there's going to be the Serpent Wards placed onto RDO. He's able to free himself very quickly as Rezo and Cooman both now will find the kill onto Dendi. They're looking for more E-Blade combo. They find Sexyfat, and they even get the Phoenix.
Well, that's why you pick Ags.
Woo.
Morphling, right?
Yeah, it's damn good.
Yeah, take it back, dude. The extra stun is so much more value. It's not so much of the mobility, it's the 2.2 second stun, which is just ridiculous with the combination of the power strike.
And the mobility is super nice for the Morphling.
I mean, yeah, the mobility is great, of course, but what I was saying is him compared to the Puck. Like, why would you pick the Sand King over the Puck, even though they both have similar mobilities and one has more burst damage? Because Sand King carries a huge stun.
Yeah, that's the concern here this game. They got a bunch of good ways to cancel the shackles. Hex is great this game from Shaman, and I think he knows I'm just here to hex.
Yeah.
If I can hex Dendi, if I can hex RDO, we've got the follow-up stuns, especially thanks to the Ags now on the Morphling, to be able to chain stun him and kill him.
I mean, have you not seen that actually a lot of people are picking Shaman or Lion as well, because Liquid and Enigma, sorry, and Secret are both picking Lion as well as a response to the Puck. So anyone is just picking Hexes as a response to the Puck, and I think it's been quite
That's great. It's
and you
great.
can notice this very easily because they'll go Puck first pick, and you go Lion second pick, and there's no reason why you're picking Lion second pick unless it's the Puck.
Yeah, you just really, you're looking for that insta-hex, that instant sort of lockdown, because as soon as...
Kuroki plays in 5.
Yeah, as soon as you have it, like I said, the second, any follow-up, it's trivial. Unless they like have a haste turn or something like that, but...
Of course, well, yeah, but you know, at this point, there's things that you can do, like for example, save the Puck with a false promise, sure. But the point is that it's a nice little counter, and it's not like Hex is your ultimate, though it seems like it in many.
Well, yeah, but then there are of course games where you get Ags Refresher
No
Shaman.
to kill in the middle lane.
Yeah.
No Ags though.
No Ags. I was incorrect. I'm not sure what stunned Nyx then, because he was stunned through magic immunity. Supernova. Okay.
Supernova. I don't know. I think the last fight what? Cooman just TP'd here.
Madman.
Yeah, you bad.
Radiant's bottom
Okay, so I think the
tower
last
is
fight
under
made Fade realize that they can't just take fights quite yet for free. The Sand King Ags or the Morphling Ags, sorry, with the. Again, thank you for shutting us up. You know, as I said, you know, I'm glad to.
Radiant's
Ags
bottom
work.
tower is under
Morphling
attack.
Ags work well. And now the TB needs like one more item or so you can really beat the Morphling. Because he's struggling to deal enough. Scotty's great for his healing, but you're not dealing enough damage even when he's full HP.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Scotty, of course, does work against the Morphling.
But it's not like Spirit Vessel where you deal with right?
No, it's not. You just reduce the healing, which is still good, because instead of a 20 heal per tick, it's a 15 heal, I think. Oh, so it's a little bit more. 8. Yeah, 12 compared to the 20. So yeah,
That's pretty good.
it's good. Yeah.
That's particular strength, guys.
Radiant's courier.
Yes, particular strength. Yeah, it's an effective heal if you're doing it ultra efficiently on the Morphling, right? It's a little bit different if you're, you know, whatever. But you can think of it that way. It's for the Morphling maths. But
As an NA cast, we expect.
for that same
Radiant's
reason,
top
I actually do
tower
really
is under
like the
attack.
Drow Shard against some hypothermia is fantastic, right? So good.
Yeah, me too. I was surprised I never pick it up. But anyway, and then in this game they didn't go for vessels precisely because of this, right?
Yeah, and I mean, like, they knew that Cooman was going to be showing up to fights earlier on. RDO, when he was going to show up in skirmish, like, it's either you need the vessel because RDO is going to be dealing high damage, but over time, or you're going to burst him down because you catch him off guard with a Dream Coil Waning Rift combo, right? In neither of those scenarios is really going to be very useful at having the having that vessel. So I think it's fine. It's good moves from Bait. They don't want to really fight like that in the early game, so they don't itemize for it either. That means Duster, he doesn't... whoa. They missed.
Oh my god, Dendi, you cut all the trees in the coil, dude.
Radiant's top
Those
tower
trees will
is
never
under
get away.
attack.
Indeed. Taking a second there just to refresh.
Really sink it in.
Yeah, really.
What's become like? They made a documentary.
They did.
Radiant's
They
top
didn't.
tower
I wasn't supposed to be to
is
stay in the trees.
Who's the original True Sight? What? That's right.
Radiant's top
That's what
tower
it's
called.
is
Oh,
under
well.
attack.
Still to this day.
You got fear in that one too.
Dire are scared.
It is.
If you, everyone that throws hate
Radiant's
to
top
Dendi, I
tower
recommend you
is
watch
under
that movie and then you love it. They did have vessel.
We do have a vessel.
I mean, it makes sense because there's no offensive spell.
Yeah, I mean, for Phoenix, what else are you going to buy this game, really?
But obviously, you see that they did rush, like, it wasn't like a rush that TV still wanted to Scotty first. They know they were going to
So they've timed ages for sure, so they know what's coming.
Oh, they have Ags and Puck now. This
That is huge.
because Morphling has BKB, right? The exact timing that you wanted on Dendi.
Yeah, pretty much, actually. There's no like, oh, I want it by 25 minutes. I want it by 40. You want it as soon as...
The main core in the main team, or the win condition gets BKB.
has BKB. That's exactly right. You want
Unless it's Jug or Lifestealer.
Unless it's Jug or
Lifestealer,
Lifestealer, yeah, then it's always good. You want to spawn with it pretty much. But good positioning here from Bait because they're just going to hold the enemy triangle. HellRaisers, even though it's their own half the map, they know that pushing up the high ground like that is just a very risky maneuver. One that they're not going to be undertaking here, and they are going to lose their tier 2 bottom. Final outer tower, so from here, Bait can only go high ground.
These kind of plays, by the way, are the plays that I categorize, or I think makes them so good at late game, right? Push the tower right for all around the triangle, separated to catch smokes, to stop any counter initiations. They're always prepared for the... I don't know if it's because they've been playing in SA servers until now, but they've already prepared for like the worst possible plan that the HellRaisers could bring at them. That's what makes them so solid in late game, because they rarely make these kind of mistakes where you go, oh, you should have thought of that. They don't. They actually think of all the possible. Of course, this makes them a very, a bit of, I think it's called analysis paralysis, right? Where you like are thinking of too many things and you don't end up taking any action, right? Because you are too afraid of the potential. And this is one of the issues why Bait struggles a bit in the... Sometimes they struggle from that, but it does make them a really solid. And we're getting to that point, so we get to see Bait in their best
We
position.
are, and I think a lot of people would probably see this 8K net fourth lead and the experience in favor of HellRaisers and go, what are you talking about? They're clearly losing this game. No, because they still got good farm on RDO. You got a Morphling who's basically the fattest person on the entire map. And it's a 4 protect 1, and here they go, but Rezo's going to get the initial jump onto RDO. Lildo jumping right back in on the Dendi, but Rezo forced out the BKB. Yeah, he's just dead instantly. RDO's got way too much damage, especially with the Daedalus. Cooman will be able to TP out for free. They're chasing for more, and they're going to find Lil. He's going to be silenced up, hit with the Vessel, Sunray. That's a lot of percentage-based damage. He will drop to the right clicks from TSA. Alrighty, not bad. RDO's got a lot of money in the bank. Saving up for. Because I suspect he can get us something a little bit more than that Tome of Knocked Up.
Think so?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's a really expensive book, though.
It is. It's if that's,
You try to buy the ebook, it's a hardcover.
that's like when you see like Oprah or Bill Gates be like, how much is a banana? And he's like, I don't know, 20 bucks.
Oh, Bill.
That's what this is RDO. Oh, Bill, you're one of the good ones, but you're close.
That's actually a really famous question. We in our presidential debates, they always ask the president.
Radiant
And there was one president that was really out of touch with the reality. Like a coffee shop? He goes, yeah. are Euros? They go. I remember hearing that and thinking, that might be, where do you buy coffee,
Oh,
dude?
it's the X. Okay, he's fully bought out for the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. I mean, I think the Terror Wave is necessary. I think this time is more for the Fear than the second meta, to be honest. Because the Fear is super value, but of course getting second meta is great. And what the Aghanims does as well is give you a really nice little... the dipping your toe in the water kind of initiation, right? Where they're going at you, you go, oh, I really want to initiate on this, but like, I don't know if it's the right one.
It's not worth the full commitment, especially because they're very mobile here on their important cores, right? DP with the Exo move speed buff.
Yes.
Of course, Morphling with Sanking, they can just kind of run together and elope by just running through trees and burrow striking up and down hills. So yeah, I agree with you actually. I think that's one of the biggest strengths of Terror Wave is it gives you that sort of in-between of, well, I want to make it scary for them if they show up and fight, but I also recognize that we just can't catch them without an amazing foil from Dendi. In that case, I'm just going to use my whole meta. That's really great because they don't want to fight the meta. They're more bursty, especially with the more shot from the middle. Well, they're going to spell go again, but for the third time now, it's going to be a little bit too late. It's going to be Aegis now for TB. We have got an Aghanim shard actually for TSA. Sorry, the Aghanim Blessing.
Apparently they do. RDO just like charging into the lane. I don't know if you should be the one leading this. They just reveal the smoke, but of course you don't know where they are. Okay, the Terror Wave used. That's pretty good against Resto, but in comes Cooman with the BKB. We need the Dream Coil for Cooman. They do get him with the Dream Coil. That should be maybe enough to kill him. The Supernova will not pop, but they will manage to kill Cooman regardless. And now VANSKOR directly lands here. Yule Scepter kind of cancel that freezing field immediately. They even stop the DP. Everyone's dead at this rate. They're going to team wipe unless Nyx activates BKB, and now RDO is in a pickle. No, the false promise guarantees him, and he even murders the Oracle with a Sunder. Thank God the Oracle was prepared for that. They end up killing the DP, and they end up murdering the Morphling and Sanking super early. Beautiful Dream Coil by Dendi, and that's the power of the Aghanim.
Really good stuff. And
Dendi won that team fight, dude.
And I mean, it sucks to say something like this, but this 4,000 gold item, which usually can win you games, that Rezo's picked up being the BKB, they're just not doing anything for him this game. He just dies just as quick as if it wasn't there, because RDO's got way too much physical damage, and straight up to the high ground they go. They're going to at least be able to outlast the initial metamorphosis here. The Lil is the only one left alive to try and defend this one, and that's not looking like too hopeful of a scenario to be in here to the HellRaisers. Fantastic fight from Bait. Cooman jumps in. But unfortunately, RDO has got way too much survivability, and that was always the big question, right? Yes, you may be able to kill RDO here with... Thank you, Duster, says RDO. But
Duster is healing you the whole game, and all you do is keep taking it.
I mean, honestly, what RDO is doing is actually kind of the most efficient, because it's better for Duster to just heal himself up with the Purifying Flames. His Oracle, he does have mana problems. That's a neat little combo.
Yeah, that's gonna guarantee a super long stun with the ice. I think like 5 seconds.
It's up there. 8 seconds? No, that's...
Break 4.5.
That's 2 lanes of barracks just for that. Rezo's gonna try and keep him away from the melee barracks. RDO.
No, the Conjurer is just too strong, but Rezo's ugly.
Yeah.
I don't know, the Sanking didn't seem to have good impact this game at all, to be honest. It wasn't the Sanking game. I don't think it was that bad a pick, but I think your laning was...
Yeah, I agree. And again, like you were saying, I did see a Morphling that could kill a TB pretty much full to 0 using this spell combination with the additional stun. Maybe it's possible. But just no one's controlling Duster. I mean, either he's just completely in a great position or he's too far away, blinking in when they need him. But like, I wouldn't even say that fight that they needed, per se, the false promise, right? I think they maybe could have gotten away with it, but why risk it, of course, why risk it? There's no point. You don't get extra, like you don't get the 2-0 if you don't use false promise once on your TB or anything, or the win's worth just as much.
Can you imagine the admin comes in? Well, since Duster didn't use false promise at all, guys, this is...
So, I mean, that's really the issue with this draft, and now we've even got more items to help defend the RDO. We've got now Lotus Orb here, a great defensive item here, especially versus the Morphling for the RDO. Yeah, I mean, everything really is for RDO.
The RDO.
The RDO.
Propriety.
The. Oh, look at this.
You're not going to consume it. It's actually a huge... Yeah, I think it's not...
And a night vision? I mean, 400 night vision's not bad.
No, I don't disagree, but I'm just saying it's not night anymore.
Everyone always forgets about night vision.
Because nobody cares.
Well,
whenever you want to peek at a night, it's not my business. They do give him Lotus Orb already for RDO. That's going to be no more perfect initiation. So
Oh no, Cooman? Okay, he's got buyback. He's got buyback.
Yeah, it's true, but he has to use it immediately or your Rex will fall. But your Rex will fall regardless, it seems like. They do close an RDO with those snakes. Snakes comes out from behind, and he's hoping to get some kills from the support. Thanks to the Senki Berserk, they might be able to. They charge the Epicenter as well. The super
they pulled him.
They pulled him in. I don't know if that's going to work out, though. They're going to lose 2 heroes immediately. The 2 supports die, hugging each other. Dendi has the A on this, but he has been silenced. Even with the A on this, he might not be able to get away. He has no more Loser York, and he's trying to perpetually keep him in place as they murder RDO, a standing tower. Everyone in Bait will die except for Sexyfat, who will be capable of making it out alive.
I don't know. I think you spoke a little bit too soon. Cooman, he's got eyes for Sexyfat here, and he is going to connect that stun. He even gets pushed back, and now Sexyfat looking to try and run. They cancel his TP. Here's the Shaman, just in case he thought he was going to escape. Cooman's going to hit him with the shotgun blast, and he's down for the count. He says, hey, remember when you tipped me when I baited you guys into fight like that? And that's exactly what that was. Great play from Cooman. I was questioning it at first as well, but immediately he jumps in, and he does spook RDO. RDO pops his BKB.
Yeah.
Pops his BKB.
That was brutal. HellRaisers absolutely with them there. What a great initiation by Nyx, particularly putting the line. And Nyx and Rezo really showed up there. Right? Finally, Nyx is tanky enough to actually cut the line, and then Rezo can actually follow up. We don't have buybacks on Dendi or RDO. Oh, we don't have buybacks on Dendi or RDO.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think if had they known, HellRaisers probably could just go straight for throne here. In fact, they just might.
They're realizing there's no way they're not buying back.
Oh,
they're just gonna go for
no, they want the Mega.
easy,
I mean, you do have the DD rune, so...
Yeah, why don't
they have to know, especially if that fortified, they have to know, but it's too late by this point. It's too late to go for tier 4s.
This is a huge blunder. Do you think Mega creeps off this, dude? I think the game might just be over, you know? Yeah, some Mega creep push. TV is not the greatest hero pushing it.
DD rune has expired here for Cooman. So have just about every single building in the game for Bait, as they're going to lose not just 1, not just 2, but 3. Playing to barracks here after the phenomenal fight from the HellRaisers. He gets Blink out, uses the BKB. He's okay if he wants to die, but he doesn't want to, so he's going to TP away. And now we're going to get some tier 4s to drop in, as now Mega Creep's coming away towards Bait, who might just go for the GG push down mid by the looks of it.
I can't talk about the consistency of Bait. I'd always prepare for the bad situation. How would you not say for buyback in a game that against the Morphling?
We've seen that quite a bit in the lower division, haven't we? We saw it yesterday. We saw it in a different HellRaisers game, as I imagine, as I recall, rather.
Yeah, or it was late buyback. Bait also committed once where they actually buyback bought back up for them.
Well, they can equalize for the Megas here, and that's what they're going to try and do.
Doing Megas versus Megas game?
Oh.
Okay. All right, I'm ready for this.
We do have 2 buybacks here.
If there's ever a region that's going to have Megas as Megas, it's got to be this one.
RDO, he just wants it. He wants it.
No, but the Glyph stops him. RDO, you got to get back. You got to get back. He's going to punish you a second time. You still don't have buyback. They walk in. DP again, cutting the line. They stop RDO. They've shackled him perpetually. They got to cancel the shackles with his BKB on the Shaman.
False Promise just in time.
False Promise. RDO suckers in time as well. They've killed Duster though. Sexyfat as well. The Supernova keep them breaking in time. They don't seem to want to. They just go for RDO, and he's going to die. The damage, even with False Promise, is too much. TSA also caught out. Supernova just useless, and they actually missed him because he is just not big enough. HellRaisers will proceed to get another 4-man wipe. Yes, they don't have they just lost all the racks, which means it's Megas versus Megas, but Bait decided to, well, just throw their face into the high ground.
They did. Luckily enough for them, that they got it just before the creeps spawned in.
Yes.
So it is at least, they've got Megas coming out. So it's not just a free game here for the HellRaisers. That can always be quite impactful, depending on when you actually demolish that Iceland barracks. RDO, he was just like, I'm here to do one thing, and that is to destroy your structures. But Bait, I don't know if they can do it. They get the Megas to equalize with the Megas in the base already for the HellRaisers, and they're going straight for tier 4s. They know that there's no fortify. They probably know there's no buyback here on RDO. Dendi, he's going to have the coil back up in 5 with a False Promise to support him in a further 5 seconds. Oh, it's so risky. HellRaisers, I don't think they want to risk it.
I don't know. No, I think you could just try. You don't have Exo, but that you have a Morphling, right? Yeah, there we go. Morphling walks in. Oh, can you kill Dendi with that? No,
Oh, wow.
Oh, there you go.
Coil.
He actually deal so much damage. He's just gonna kill Rezo alone. Dendi, here comes to save the day. 9 more seconds for the TB. Dendi.
Thrown exposed though.
Kill Rezo.
Cooman, I think he's gonna end it. He's just gonna get go to the other side. That's gonna be it. Unbelievable. HellRaisers.
They actually take this. They take this late game against a solid TB. They punish the lack of buybacks on bait twice in a row. Guys.